The beautiful season of autumn has arrived in Forza Horizon 4, and with it, a ton of new stuff. The first thing we're going to hop right into is the 4 parts of the weekly challenge, but then we're going to discuss everything else because there's a lot of new stuff going on, and I want to make sure I kind of go over all of it. So make sure you listen into everything that I'm going to say in this video. But the first thing you're going to need is the 1992 Honda NSX-R. So you have 2 options to get this car if you did not already get it. I'm assuming it would be in wheel spins, but you can either go to the auto show and buy it for 90,000 credits, which isn't super expensive, but some of you might have the idea, let me check the auction house, and you know, that's a perfectly good idea. Check the auction house, see if there's a cheaper one there. Now, the thing is, when I went to look, just to kind of see, is there a lot of them out there, what's going on, there's not much. There is not much at all. When I actually went to look, you can see right here only one. And to be honest with you though, considering that one's upgraded, it's not an awful deal, but I don't know, it's completely up to you what you want to do with that, but then you just need to leave the garage because you have to own and drive the car, and that's that. So, first challenge, once again, simple, easy, and you're going to use the same car for the entire Autumn Forzathon event here. New Sportscar Experimental. Now, the thing that a lot of people were wondering is, can you do the challenges out of order? So we looked at the 4th challenge, which is 10 air skills. I decided before I did anything else to just go out and test this. So we did 1 or 2 air skills there, and as you can see, there's no progress. But I thought to myself, okay, wait, I didn't actually bank the skills, so let me let that happen. Alright, the skills are banked. Now let's go back and check again. Do you think we have a different result? Well, if you said no, you are correct. You need to do the challenges in order in Forza Horizon 4, at least so far. It's not like Horizon 3 where you can kind of combine them or do them however you want to. In this game, you have to do them in order. So the next challenge is to hit 175 miles per hour. As you saw right there, when it is stock, it doesn't hit that top speed. It only hits 171, so you're going to need to upgrade the car regardless. I wanted to point out that there is a body kit preset. I do not recommend using this because it's 50,000 credits and it doesn't give you a single more horsepower. This is not worth it. Now, if you want to put the body kit on, there is another option to do that, but I did make a tune for this car, but there's no reason for me to share it with you because it really comes down to what you want to do with the car. I just topped it out in the A class, did not want to put a lot of credits into it, but the car is sick with the body kit, so eventually I'm probably going to make like a legit tune. So if you want me to share my tune, just let me know in the comments. I haven't done that yet, but I'm willing to do it if everyone wants me to. But obviously the highway, and then this little stretch right here is actually a spot I found today while doing Forzathon live. I like this spot. All you have to do is go 175, so I made sure my car could go about 190 just so it's not too difficult to hit that. And immediately, I missed clicking to go right to it, but immediately it pops up and it works. So this game has been really smooth with getting completion for the challenges, which is fantastic because it can be really annoying when that would not work in previous games that we're not even going to go into. But the next one is to win 3 road sprint events using, again, your Honda NSX-R, the 1992. So basically you want to filter on your map for the road racing series, and you have to do a sprint race though. So a circuit race is going to be like a circle that kind of you'll do 3 laps on. You should be able to know what that is or be able to tell what that is. Just want to explain it just in case someone doesn't know. But I highly recommend just doing the first sprint race because it's probably the shortest. And another thing you can do, again, not required, but it doesn't hurt to do a blueprint. And the reason I say to do this is it'll make it easier for you to drive the car, because if you're driving in the rain or something, it might be a little bit more difficult considering we need to win 3 races. So do what you want, completely up to you. Same with the tuning of the car. Now my tune, I left the stock engine, it's still rear wheel drive. That's kind of how I like to do things, so if you appreciate that, you might want my tune. If you want to do all wheel drive swap and motor swap, whatever, I mean, that'll probably make things a lot easier, but I just don't like to do that. So put your difficulty where you want to, just keep in mind you have to win. The drivatars are extremely pesky in this game. I can't get over how they just turn in front of you, they just go onto your driving line every single time. Really annoying. But after you get your third sprint race road win, that challenge worked flawlessly again. Everything was really smooth in this event, no issues whatsoever. Just make sure you're doing the challenges in order, that is the main thing. And one more note, when you're doing those races that we just did, make sure you do all of them the same day, because there have been reports of doing 2 of them one day, then going back the next day, and guess what? You gotta start over, so keep that in mind. But this spot on the right side of the map is perfect for the final challenge, which is to get simply 10 air skills. So I just did this again in a Forzathon live, and this car is not ideal for doing this with. If you all-wheel drive swap, it'll be easier, but there's tons of little mini hills here that will allow you to catch air, and the air skills are easy there. So there you go, there's your 10 air skills, and the weekly challenge is done. That is it. So this one was a lot easier, I think, than the first one last week with Summer. The Autumn Forzathon here, pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Just make sure you do it in order, and make sure you do the 3 races together on the same day. Now, like I said, I wanted to go into some more details here with what's going on other than the weekly challenge. Now, the daily challenges. The thing I noticed is, even though it seemed like there was a couple days left on some of the daily challenges from the Summer Forzathon, they all got erased right when the Autumn one came in here. So as you can see, the daily ones are brand new. So I did all of them today. They kind of reset. And the other thing is your bonus resets. As you can see, now that I completed those 3, I only have 3. And the weekly, I had 0 in the beginning, you might have noticed. So you have to complete the bonus, like, literally during the previous thing. Like, you can't actually just go back in and it will not save your daily bonuses, which is kind of weird. I did want to point that out. So the other thing I wanted to mention, there's new cars here. This one, the 2017 Ferrari 812 Superfast, is a car that I really wanted to see in Horizon. So happy that it's here. And notice also the prices are different. This common car is $200, whereas last week the Porsche was only $150, and now the wheel spin is $40 and not just $10. So you might also notice I already owned the Puegat Forza edition. I got that from a wheel spin, so you can purchase it again as it says, but I'm probably not going to do that. Nobody cares about the horn, nobody cares about the clothing, at least I don't. I guess I shouldn't speak for everybody. So that is pretty much it. That is all that really goes into it. I just wanted to showcase this beauty right here, the 812 Superfast. It is in Forza Horizon 4, and that is just fantastic. So we pretty much covered everything. We went over the weekly challenge. We went over the technicalities of the weekly challenge. We talked about how the bonuses reset, mainly the daily and obviously the weekly. Even if you have 3, it doesn't save that progress for the daily, so that's the main thing to keep in mind. We went over the Forzathon shop, how the points that you need to actually buy different things. Like I kind of mentioned last week, I figured they would change, and they have. So the only other thing that I want to mention, this might help people out a little bit, but can you believe how many stock paint colors there are for this thing? Oh my goodness. But the one last thing that I do want to mention is that I noticed, I just kind of was paying attention, it seems like the timing for like when things change, like in Horizon 3 it was every Friday, kind of overnight where I live, that the Forzathon events would change, but for the season change in Horizon 4, and this is tied to the Forzathon shop, the weekly challenge, the daily challenges, they switch at 10:30 in the morning, 10:30 a.m. Eastern US time, which is where I live. So you can do the math on, based on where you live, but that is when it changes. So every Thursday now in the morning on the eastern part of the United States. So that is all I gotta say. I hope you enjoy looking at this beautiful car in the Forza Vista and hearing it right now, but I'm out, guys. Peace.